Have you ever caught yourself staring at the calendar and feeling something shift inside your chest? Not panic exactly, but a strange disbelief. How is it already this late in the year? How did that child grow so fast? When did your parents start looking older? Why does a memory from 10 years ago feel like it happened yesterday? There's a quiet ache that comes with realizing life feels like it's speeding up. It doesn't scream. It hums. It hums when you scroll through old photos. It hums when you hear a song from your teenage years and feel transported instantly. It hums when you think, wasn't that just last year? And realize it wasn't. People who feel like life is passing too fast are not dramatic. They are becoming aware of something psychological, neurological, and deeply human. Time itself hasn't changed. A minute is still 60 seconds. A year is still 12 months. But perception changes dramatically as we age. When you were a child, time felt enormous. A single summer seemed endless. Waiting for a holiday felt unbearable. A school year felt like it stretched forever. That's because everything was new. New teachers, new friends, new emotions, new experiences. The brain thrives on novelty. Novel experiences are encoded with rich detail, and rich detail expands memory. When you look back on a period filled with novelty, it feels long because your mind marked it deeply. Adulthood, however, is often built on repetition. Wake up, get ready, work, meetings, messages, dinner, scroll, sleep, repeat. The days blend together. When experiences become routine, the brain encodes them with fewer distinct markers. Fewer markers mean fewer vivid memories, and when memory becomes less detailed, time feels compressed in hindsight. A year can feel like a few months because your brain didn't label many moments as unique. This phenomenon, often described as temporal compression, explains why life seems to accelerate with age. It's not that time moves faster, it's that your memory condenses it. But the story goes deeper than neuroscience. There's an existential shift that happens as you grow older. At some point, you stop feeling infinite. You begin calculating. You measure your age against milestones. You notice younger generations stepping into spaces you once occupied. You become aware that certain chapters of your life have permanently closed. When time feels endless, it moves slowly. When it feels limited, it feels urgent. Scarcity intensifies perception. The awareness of limitation makes each passing year feel more significant. Modern life intensifies this sensation. We live in a culture of constant acceleration. Notifications demand attention. News updates every minute. Trends rise and fall overnight. Social comparison happens in real time. There is little boredom, little waiting, little friction. And boredom once stretched time. Long car rides staring out windows. Afternoons with nothing scheduled. Waiting without distraction. Those slow spaces gave the brain room to mark time deeply. Now those spaces are filled instantly with scrolling. Hours dissolve into minutes. You look up, and the day has vanished. Beneath the perception of speed, there is often unspoken grief. Grief for earlier versions of yourself. Grief for simpler chapters. Grief for people who are no longer present. You are not only watching time move forward, you are watching yourself move away from who you used to be. That distance can feel unsettling. It can feel like loss, even when nothing tragic has happened. Growth itself can feel like a kind of goodbye. There is also the pressure of expectation. Many people internalize timelines growing up. Graduate by this age, build stability by that age, achieve certain milestones by another. Whether you followed that path or not, the timeline lingers in the background. If you feel behind, time feels aggressive. If you feel ahead, it feels fragile. Either way, urgency increases, and urgency magnifies the sensation of speed. Neurologically, adulthood brings a shift from exploration to consolidation. In youth, the brain is wired for discovery. In adulthood, it stabilizes identity and reinforces patterns. Less experimentation means less novelty. Less novelty means fewer deeply encoded memories. And fewer deeply encoded memories make time feel like it is accelerating. The mind stops marking the passage of life as distinctly. Life rarely feels fast when you are fully immersed in it. It feels fast when you are partially absent, when you are thinking about tomorrow while living today, when you are multitasking through conversations, when you are documenting experiences instead of experiencing them. Presence stretches time. Distraction compresses it. The brain expands what it attends to deeply and condenses what it skims. People who feel like life is passing too fast are often introspective. They notice change. They reflect on growth. They compare past and present versions of themselves. That awareness heightens the sensation of speed. Beneath that awareness is sometimes a subtle fear of mortality. Not dramatic, not obsessive, but present. You notice aging in the mirror. You calculate years. You think about how quickly decades move. Internally, you may still feel young, but externally, the calendar advances. That disconnect can be disorienting. The paradox is that the more you chase time, the faster it seems to run. The more you fear wasting it, the more anxious you become. And anxiety pulls you out of the present moment, making time feel even shorter. What slows perception is depth, learning something new, traveling without rushing, engaging in meaningful conversation, walking without distraction, sitting in silence. Immersion creates richer memory, and richer memory stretches perceived time. Perhaps the feeling that life is moving too fast is not only about loss, but about transformation. Becoming always involves movement. Growth feels like acceleration, because identity is shifting. One day you may look back at this exact period and realize it was not simply slipping away, it was shaping you. The stress, the transitions, the rapid changes were forming something inside you. Time has not changed. Attention has. Memory has. Awareness has. The question may not be how to slow life down, but how to participate in it more fully. Because life does not actually rush past when you are deeply present. It unfolds. And the difference between rushing and unfolding often depends on how closely you are paying attention.